It's like certain things, like zips, they make me panic. You know, you ever worn a jacket with a zip and your mobile goes off inside and your zip decides to get stuck? You start panicking, you're like, fucking up, my mobile! You say to yourself, I can get to the top, maybe it'll come down. No, you're stuck higher, you're like, phone an ambulance! I hate that. Always when you get out the door, you know, you're in a hurry, you do your zip up, all the teeth come apart. Fucking hate that. You know, you say to yourself, I can get to the top, maybe it'll come down. No, you're apart all the way to the top. You're walking down the street and you look like a fucking shuttlecock. And I think zips sound differently depending on what job they got to do, you know? Like the one on your case when you've packed it to go on holiday. Always sounds excited when you're doing it up, doesn't it? It's like, yeah! Because it don't sound like that at customs when they're doing it, does it? It's like, no. It's like the one on the back of your wife's dress when she asks you to do it up for her, you know? It sounds like a fucking tight fit, doesn't it? It's like... But it is, you know, I come out the house today to get into the car to come up here, fucking cat under my car. There's always a cat under your car, just sat there like, morning. Oh, kid's got like a part-time job or a quick fit, you know? It's when you catch them unawares, cats, they don't like it. It's like you caught them doing something, you suddenly look under your car, they go, You know, you make a cat angry, they start doing all that Dracula Kung Fu shit, you know? It's when an animal just stops dead. You ever stare at a squirrel and they suddenly go... Fuck, he's gonna go for me throat! You should try it, it works. You know, someone picks on you out here on a Friday or a Saturday, you looking at my bird, go like... Oh, I'll leave him alone, I think. Dogs I like. I don't get crufts though. You know the dog show? Some of the stuff they make those dogs do is humiliating. Dogs are not like that. That's fucking embarrassing. If you had a dog and you wanted to go to the paper shop and you went, come on, boy. Stop it! And they always have nice dogs in crufts. Have you noticed? You never see like a pit bull with a big ribbon in his hair going, you say one fucking word. And I gets in the car. What is it with seatbelts when you get in the car? They're so temperamental. You pull a seatbelt suddenly and it's like you've startled it. It doesn't want to come out. You'll pull it, they go, no! Fuck that! You have to kind of ease it out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this trip. I really have. You know, airbags, they're always keen to get them on the action, aren't they? Airbags, you only have to ping your car and it's like, is it me? Fuck off. You know, they always go down disappointed. Oh, I thought I was going to see some action. Because I love travelling. I love it. I used to like it when I was a kid. Remember, you used to travel with your parents and your mum would buy those travel sweets. They were in that tin. As soon as you opened that tin, that powder was all over the car. All around your mouth, you're like a family of fucking crackheads. You know, you're at your box on sugar. Give me another one, give me another one. Your dad's speeding up. Fuck, I'm a drugs mule. I do, I love it. Because I was coming into London today, and people don't mind picking their nose in their car, do they? I was sat at these traffic lights, I looked over this bloke, I mean, he's really getting, you know. Because all blokes have discovered that. It's like a medical breakthrough that this fits every orifice in his body. One day went, blimey, fits here, here, and here. And I'm watching this bloke, I'm getting just as interested as he is. Is what's going to come out. I'm like, go on, sunshine! It's like watching the fucking Discovery Channel, you know? I don't want the lights to change. I want to see what happens in the end. Go on! Always when you don't realise, you know, the lights have changed, that fucker from behind you will go like, come on! And you always pull away extra fast, you know? He never pulls away fast, does he? It's always some old fella in an Austin Allegra like, come on! Fucking sorry, mate, was holding you up from breaking the land fucking speed record. Hate that. You ever sit in traffic lights, you suddenly look in your rearview mirror, suddenly there's an ambulance going, woo, 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 woo. Suddenly you forget how to drive. You're like, you know, the gear sticks, the brake, the fucking windscreen wipers are gone, the windows are going up and down. You're at your car shouting to the ambulance driver, you do it, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I travel a lot at night. You know, what is it with traffic lights in the middle of the night want to hold you up? There's fuck all on the roads, but traffic lights are like, stop. There's fuck all here. Stop. You know, you're sat at a junction, you should be looking at roaring traffic and nothing. You ever sit at a red light for so long you start going like that? It's broken. That light's broken. You know there's people in cars behind you going like that. Go on, it's broken. You know, as soon as you pull out. Hey, you ever seen a traffic light have a mental breakdown? That's brilliant. They just stand there flashing all their colours. Green, amber, stop, go, I don't know. You know, and they put that hood thing over them. It's like a fucking straitjacket of mental traffic lights. You can hear them underneath going, I'm Britney Spears, I am. And who are these people that want to use a pedestrian crossing in the middle of the night? There's fuck all on the roads, but they want to press that button and hold you up. You know, they could have led in the road and nothing would have hit them. They could have danced all the way home on the road. Nothing, but they want to press that button. Stop! I ran across the road. You know, they've always got that smug fucking look on their face, you know? You know, you're sat in your car turning into a ventriloquist. Come on, you twat. So I know all these people that want to use a zebra crossing and not thank you anymore. I hate them fuckers. You know when you stop for somebody at a zebra crossing, these buggers just walk across as if you're not even there. They go, yeah, so? Fucking don't mind me, I pay the road tax, you fucking use it! The thing is, if somebody does thank you now, you think they're nuts. If somebody walked across a zebra crossing, going like, thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for stopping. He's fucking nuts. Like, you ever been standing at a bus stop and the bus pulls up and the driver decides to let his air brakes off? Fucking. Why do they do that? They'd hate if we did it to them, got on the bus and went, single to the town centre, please. People just want to hold you up. Tractor drivers, fuck, you ever been sat behind one of them doing 20 miles an hour? You just stare at the back of his head going like that. They're weird farmers, you know? You know when they give you that weird look as you go by, you know? Because all farmers say the same thing. What's your hurry? Slow down. This is the country. Fucking city boy. Then they go to one of those cattle markets and they go nuts, you know? What's the sudden hurry? I know what it is. He wants to get back on the road so he can fucking hold me up again. Oh, wow. Thanks. I thought somebody walked on. Shit myself. Oh dear, I love that. You know when you've got your wife in the car with you? I love that. And someone cuts you up, next set of traffic lights, you get out of the car, you say to your wife, I'm going to have a fucking word with him. You know, you get up to the car, huge griller. What do you fucking want? Shit. You know, you can't lose face because your wife's watching. You go like, I just want to congratulate you on your superb driving skills back there. The way you went round that roundabout, not once, but twice. And the way you threw that fag out that window was fucking genius. You know, you get back in the car with your wife and go, he shit himself. Not just me on that one then, good-o. And the lorry driver's mate, you ever experienced him? Not the lorry driver himself, but his mate who gets out of the cab, stands in the middle of the road and starts doing all that aircraft carrier landing shit with his hands. Stop! Lorry coming out. Fuck off. He'd hate if we did it to him. Fuck off, me and the missus coming through. You know, and they have that posh voice in the back of lorries when they're reversing, you know? Warning, vehicle reversing. Warning, vehicle reversing. Have you seen the driver? Fuck, he's not the vehicle I'm worried about, it's him. Perhaps a warning is for him, you know? He's in his cab going like that. Am I? Fuck, I thought I was going really slow. People were just overtaking. That bloke who stands in the middle of the road, starts doing all that stuff. Suddenly he's a law unto himself. He's a traffic cop. He can control the traffic. It's like that citizen's arrest. I don't get that. Suddenly we can become a copper and arrest somebody. So if a copper arrests you, we can just arrest him back? You're nicked. No. You're nicked. You can't do that. Hey, don't make it worse for yourself, sonny. They have that in the back of lorries as well. How's my driving? Call this number. How? I can't write it down, I'd crash. And if he crashed into you, would you call him from the wreckage of your car? Hello? Yeah, you're shit. You'd call an ambulance. I always say when there's an accident, stay calm. Stay calm. That's why I admire the emergency services, because they're so calm. Every time there's an accident, very calm. You know, like we run to a call box and you go like, I need a fire engine now! And they go, okay, where are you? I don't fucking know, do I? But they have to be calm. It'd be no good if they were the same as us. It wouldn't work. If you ran to a call box and you went, I need a fire engine now! And they went, fuck me, tea's gone everywhere! Me pen's stuck up my arse! I admire the emergency services. Nurses I admire most. How they can cope in the NHS is beyond me. Because the NHS is fucked. It is. You know, everyone complains about the superbugs and the germs in the NHS, but let's be honest, that's the only thing that are doing really fucking well in hospitals at the moment. They're the healthiest fuckers in there. It's like germs down the gym going, I'm a germ, I feel good. It's not safe to be in hospitals anymore. Have you visited somebody recently in hospital? Have you noticed each bed's got a phone by the side of it? Do you know what that's for? That's to call a fucking ambulance. You know the most important people in hospitals at the moment? Cleaners. Fuck the surgeons. Mrs. Mop's in charge now, you know. Soon we'll have a whole episode of Casualty just dedicated to cleaners where they're going, I need 10 cc's of Sif and set me up an IV of Domestos, quick. We're low on flash. We're going to lose the stain. Soon you'll have junior cleaners funneling around senior cleaners to learn how it's done. So we've got a dirty floor. What do we need for a dirty floor? Well, we need a bucket. Yes, we need a bucket, but we need a good doobie-doo. Doobie-doo? Yes. Doobie-doo. Don't know if you've been down to outpatients. It's humiliating down there. All they do is get you to take your clothes off. You could walk in with anything. Got a terrible earache. Okay, take your clothes off. Let's have a look at you. It's a hospital. They must know what they're doing. Why? You don't do that anywhere else. You know, you don't go up to the dentist and go, I've got a terrible toothache. Okay, pull your pants down. Let's have a look at your ass. And when you take your clothes off at the hospital, they always give you that hospital big blue gown. Have you seen that? Fuck, it's like a giant J-cloth. That's what we're wearing. That's what they're doing. They're getting us to clean the wards for them now. You do whatever that doctor says. You're standing there in your giant J-cloth and he's like, could you lay on the floor for me? That's lovely. Could you give me your ankles? Could you make this noise? That's good. And have you noticed every time you're at the hospital, they want to know who the immediate family is? They keep asking, are you the immediate family? No, I'm not that fast. Who the fuck are the immediate family? Who are they? You know, do you invite them around your house for dinner and they go, we're already here. Goodbye, we've got to go now with the immediate family. Goodbye. Who makes this stuff up? You know, because your distant relatives, you invite them around your house for dinner, they stand at the end of your drive going, hello, we're the distant relatives. We won't be coming in. Who makes this up? Because there's your cousin once removed. Why? What the fuck did he do? Because there's your other cousin twice removed. I told you once, fuck off. I couldn't call anybody anywhere on my phone. If I had to call for an ambulance, not me. My mobile's knackered. It's really old. You've got to chuck coal in it. Shit. Well, I won't renew it. I can't stand mobiles. Have you noticed people always shout as soon as they get a call on their mobile? Hello? Really? And they always walk away. They go, got a call, private. Hello! Guess what? We can still fucking hear you. And everyone's got cameras on their phones now, and they feel they've got to take a picture of fucking everything. You get these people that go, no, I can take a picture on my phone. Yeah, then what? Well, I've got it on my phone. Yeah, fucking, then what? Well, I can keep it. Yeah, then what? Well, I've got to delete it, it takes up memory. Even traffic wardens are taking pictures when they give us a ticket now. What happens when he gets his albums out? He goes, oh, look, there's one of me being a bastard. Those were the days. You know what I hate about mobiles? Predictive text. Can't stand it. It's like someone buttoning your conversation all the time. You know, you're trying to send a message, they just, fuck, you can't do it. I'm just going to wear up the road. No, I'm just going to wear up the pub. No, I'm just going to wear up the shops. No, fuck off. It's like twins. Have you ever noticed twins always want to finish each other's sentences off? You just think one day one of them's going to go, will you please let me finish a fucking sentence? And mobiles are getting smaller. The trouble is your wife's handbag's getting bigger. Have you seen your wife when her mobile goes off in her bag? She disappears for a week and a half. You can hear her in her bag going like, where's my fucking mobile? Size of women's handbags. Now, it's not an handbag anymore, it's a body bag. Me and my missus, we was going out the other day, we're standing in the hallway. I said, it's all right, love, I'll take the rubbish out tomorrow. She went, fuck off, that's me bag. This is huge. Still had the fucking horns on it and everything. And men never go in women's handbags. No. Man has explored deep space, even landed on the moon. But if your wife goes, yeah, it's in my bag, you go, right, well, you fucking get it out. I am not going in there. I've seen things go in there and they ain't come out. Your wife ever asked you to hold her handbag while she's trying on some shoes in a shop? Just stand in the middle of the shop going like that. You just look like a badly dressed transvestite holding a bag, you know? Touchscreen technology now, that's what it is with phones. That's how the bloke sells it to you in the shop. Is if it's something new, they go, yeah, it's got touchscreen technology. Like it's something new. We've had touchscreen technology for years. Go down the overnight garage about 3 in the morning and see all those pissheads doing touchscreen on that glass. Oi! Ginsters! Fucking ginsters! Geniuses, these blokes are. They're pioneers. They come up with smash screen technology next. I said ginsters. Pioneers. I love that. You know when your wife's on the phone and she makes all those faces to you, but to what she's hearing on the phone, she'll go like that, no. Really? You know, they suck you in, you go like, what? And then she go, fuck off, I'm on the phone. Oh yeah, because your wife is an incredible psychic when she's on the phone. Your wife ever done that? Come off the phone to one of her mates and she's gone, isn't that amazing? I was just thinking about her and she called. Say, what about when you are thinking about her and she don't call? Is that like really fucking weird as well? You say to your wife, who are you thinking about now? And they go, no one. And no one's calling! Your wife's like, I must be psychic because there I was thinking you're a tosser and it turns out you fucking are. And everyone's on Facebook now. Anyone on Facebook? Everyone's on Facebook. You know, so many kids now are talking to each other via their computer. They're forgetting how to have a fucking conversation. Do you know that? You know, in a few years' time, you'll have 2 kids walk up to each other in the high street and they go like, They're gonna know what the fuck that meant. I don't get Facebook. Would you walk up to somebody in the street and go, would you like to see my pants? Because that's what Facebook is. No one says a word to you all day. They got on their Facebook. They don't care. They go fucking nuts. Hello, my name's Keith. I like polythene bags. Sucking windows. Geese. Sometimes I like to pick my nose and wipe it under the chair. And as you can see by my photograph, my knob is 5'6". You didn't want to... You didn't want to put your face on that photograph? No, I'm worried about identity theft. Because everyone's worried about that. Everyone's worried about ID theft now. It seems we've got to prove who we are 24 hours a day. It's like you ever do that thing when you go through the airport at passport control. It's fucking madness. As soon as you hand that bloke your passport, you try and look like your own photograph. You're like... Oh, go back a few faces. You were in just now. Go on, fuck off. It's no wonder. They've made us paranoid. They've making us paranoid. For instance, I like watching the news, but you can't watch the news anymore without shitting your pants. Because everything now is like they've got this breaking news. You know, you'll be sat there eating your tea and they'll have a sound of a jet plane go... Breaking news. Fucking hell, eh, when? Why do they want to shit us up like that? You might as well have the newsreader run across the set, chucking his paper in the air going, ah! That's the same effect. Then they don't tell you what it is. They go, breaking news, join us after the adverts. Wait a minute, if this news is so breaking, why are you going to adverts? That's like a copper knocking on your door at 3 in the morning going, I've got some grave news, I'm afraid. But first this, my hair is so bouncy. 'Cause you're worth it. There's a murderer on the loose. Ooh, Denon. Fuck is that stuff? I think that's the noise you make after you've eaten it. Do you know that? Ooh, Denon. Have a whiff on that. That's a bad bacteria coming out, that is. They have 24-hour-a-day news now. It's not 24-hour-a-day news. It's 15 seconds of news repeated over and fucking over again. You know, watching the news now is like going around your nan's house for tea. It's the same experience, you know? Shall I put the kettle on? Oh, no, I'll put the kettle on. Oh, I know, I'll put the kettle on. Put the fucking kettle on! In our house, in one room, we got a TV that works off of an aerial in one room, and in another room, we got one that works off of a satellite. If you walk from one room to the other, you get a repeat of the news. It's like there's a murder on the loose. There's a murder on the loose. Fuck, you got your nan round. There's a murder on the loose. I was watching TV last night. Have you noticed around about 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning, TV suddenly changes? Your TV suddenly gets all depraved. You'll be sat there watching it, and suddenly these half-naked women start coming on, laying on couches going, call me now for a chat. Chat? Who's calling her for a chat? Some bloke with his trousers around his ankles. Yeah, I'll call you for a chat, yeah. Not calling her for a chat. They know blokes can't concentrate on more than one thing at a time. Could you shut up, love? I'm trying to concentrate here for crying out loud. What if you did ring them up for a chat? You actually rang them up and went, hello, yeah, I think the tiger economies of the Far East have capitalised on a reliance of our outsourcing of our manufacturing industry. How do you feel about that, anal Annie? My arse is your command. Chat. Why don't they just say it? Call now for a wank. You see blokes jump. Oh, don't slap it about like that, mate. That's not good for it, see? You don't want a cauliflower knob, you know what I'm saying? I love that on those adverts. They go, call now if you're single or even if you're not. Well, who's that then? That's fucking everyone, isn't it? And have you noticed on those adverts, they're always whispering? They go, call 0800 555. They know your missus upstairs. She might fucking hear it. Keep it down, love. That's lovely. That's great, yeah. You're being mugged. They're prying on blokes' needs, taking money from you. You know, there's muggers all around the country going, we need to change our ways. These fuckers are earning a fortune. Soon you'll have muggers run up to you in the street and go like, oh, you! Give me your wallet. Now. Yeah, all right, love, give us a show. Love that. They go, on those adverts, they go, cool, and we'll put you in touch with people in your area. People in your area? Hold on a minute, that's the reason he's calling, because he can't pull any birds in his area. And you don't want to be at the off licence, getting your beer, and the woman behind the counter goes, you know, your voice sounds familiar to me. Does it? Right, see you later, love, fuck that. And how local is it? It might be your wife in the next room. Hello? Hello? Is that you? No. They have these late-night quiz shows on the TV. See, I don't like quiz shows anyway. I was watching that one the other day, Deal or No Deal. You ever seen that? It's just opening boxes. Well, our postman's been doing that for years around, haven't we? I wouldn't mind on that show if one of those boxes was rigged with high explosives. They have to try and guess, not which one it is. All right, number 15 now. You bastard! Tune in to watch that. But these late-night quizzes, you should have a look at them about 2 in the morning. They try and make them all glamorous. They have these women come on in low-cut tops going, welcome to the casino. Casino. Do you know who's watching that? Some bloke just in from the pub holding a kebab, pissed out of his head, going, come on, I've got a kid's dinner money riding on this. Never see him go buying Casino Royale, did you? Sat with James Bond. James Bond's like, I'll raise you. Oh, fucking will you? Well, I'll raise you me kebab. And some of the presenters of these late-night quizzes, have a look at them. They look like fucking serial killers. They stare out at the screen at you going like that. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? I don't know. You know, you fall asleep on your couch, you wake up, there's some bloke wandering about your TV going, what do you think it is? Because houses, have you noticed houses are more scary now? You know, years ago, your house never made any noise. Now you're up and down all night trying to determine what the noise was. What is it with manufacturers, they want to scare the crap out of us now? 3 in the morning, you'll be in bed asleep, and suddenly your fridge, you go... Who's there? Just in the middle of the night, some water will randomly come out your shower head, you know? Fuck. We were nowhere near that, I mean... You know, a burglar gets in, you're pleased to see the fucker, you know? Thank God you're here. We've been shitting ourselves all night. And since when? Since when do people start protecting themselves with sports equipment in their house? You know, you always hear people go, yeah, I've got a baseball bat under my bed. Somebody breaks in, bush. But there's only certain sports equipment that would do, you know? If someone got into your house, you couldn't suddenly whip out that ribbon thing they use in the gymnastics, you know? Hey, I'm not scared to use this, you know? Someone gets in your house, you suddenly get some fucking hurdles. Get out of it! You know, someone's in your garden, you got those fucking gym rings. Get out of my garden! You know, your wife's on your doorstep. Use a dismount! Use a dismount on him! You know? And people are using sports equipment to protect themselves in their house. But have you noticed in sport they're using what criminals use? A gun to start the race. Mind you, what else could you use? Couldn't use a knife, could you? On your march, get set. Well, go on then. Mind you, that'd get you running, wouldn't it? Fuck, he's got a knife. Even the police have changed the way they protect themselves. They got that new taser gun. That's a good idea. An electric shotgun. Brilliant. Who come up with that? What genius come up with that? An electric shotgun that when threatened by a complete lunatic is to fire the gun at them. They're still attached to you. So now you're standing there attached to a complete lunatic you've really fucked off because you're giving him 3,000 volts. He's right in front of you going like that. When this stops, I'm gonna kill you. I can't see that taser gun taking the place of real guns, can you? In particular in films. It's not so romantic. You can't knock on someone's door and go, I'm afraid John is dead. Did he have any last words? Yep. You look a twat. You could have somebody like Tom Cruise being shot by one of them, you know? Dan, 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 dan. Everyone's worried about crime. It seems every day now you switch on the TV, there's been a murder on the news, and the police are digging up someone's garden looking for bodies. I don't know about you, but I prefer the old Ground Force. It was a much better fucking programme. It's the same. That's what murderers are doing now, burying bodies in the garden before the wife gets home. He sort of shows her through the house, you know, shows her the garden. Surprise! Oh, I wish my brother-in-law was there to see this. No, love, you won't be seeing him for quite some time, I would have thought. And have you noticed every time there's a murder on the news, the police put a tent up? As soon as there's a murder, tent. What if there's a murder in a tent? What do they do then? Put up another fucking tent? Suddenly you've got a little campsite going, you know? There's a mass killing, it turns into fucking Glastonbury, you know? You been over the murder tent? Everyone, you know, I've never got my head around why police have sirens on their cars. That's like a burglar alarm, but for burglars. You know, it's like, woo, woo, we're coming! All right, well, I better be leaving then, haven't I? You know, the police arrive. Where the fuck is he? They always get away. That's probably because you told him you were fucking coming. And the police can't catch criminals anymore, so they go on Crime Watch and ask us to do it. What's that? They're so busy on the TV, they ain't got time to catch criminals, you know? Have you seen this man? He is highly dangerous. Good job we're in the studio then, isn't it? Never mind Crime Watch. There's so little police on our streets, I reckon we need a programme to look for coppers. Have you seen this man? He wears a big helmet, answers to the name of Sarge. It's not the police's fault. It's not their fault. They're caught up in bureaucracy, gone mad now. You know, they're back at the station filling out forms and paperwork instead of being on the street catching criminals when they want to be. And you can't do both. You can't run down the street after a criminal going, stop! I shouted at him. I helped him gently to the floor. Rest your head on that, I said. You know, the police are so caught up in bureaucracy, gone mad, they've got their police horses doing it now. You've seen the riot horses, haven't you, with those glasses? That's not for the riot. They're reading glasses. They're back at the station after catching up, you know? Oh, busy, busy, busy. I love horses, I really do, you know? I always think there's like a couple of horses just somewhere in their stables, two of them standing together going like that. Here, Pete. Watch what I can do with me feet. It's amazing. I know. Watch. And it's not fair with police horses. It's one law for them and another one for us. All dog owners know if your dog craps in the street, you've got to get out a bag and pick it up, otherwise you get a fine. But police horses, they just dump in the middle of the street and just leave it. Not even a backward glance. God, blimey, I felt that. That burnt. Well, how often do you see a copper get off of a horse with a big bin liner going like, oh, fucking hate that when that. Making us paranoid. Everyone, like blokes, you know this. You know when you come out the station late at night, you ever done this? You've caught yourself walking behind a woman, you start to get suspicious of yourself. You're walking behind her going, she's gonna think I'm an attacker. You know, to look less suspicious, you cross the street. Look, I'm not an attacker. I'm not an attacker, I'm crossing the street. And you say to yourself, how does an attacker walk? I don't want to walk like an attacker. I'm not an attacker. Then you say to yourself, fuck, I'm on my own, I'm gonna get attacked. Ah! She's running, screaming, you're chasing her, trying to explain, no! It worked out, I got 2 months, it's all right. Everyone now is going on about teenage crime. They're saying teenagers are getting involved in crime because of what they're listening to and what they're watching on the TV. I'll tell you what, it might be what they're listening to. I don't know if you've ever tried to unwrap a CD. Who come up with the plastic wrapping for them fuckers? You can't get in them. You know, you can't. You'll be standing next to your hi-fi trying to unwrap a chill-out CD going, I can't fucking get in it. You need a knife to open them. That's what teenagers are doing. They've opened it with a knife. They listen to the music. Blimey, this is making me want to stab someone. And I've got a knife. It's the packaging companies I blame. Painkillers, they're the worst. You know, they always put in that foil stuff. Every time you want one, they pop out onto the floor. You know, you're bending down, trying to pick it up, going, great, I'm taking this for fucking back pain! So remember when you was a kid and your mum and dad would follow all those warnings on packaging, you know, keep out of reach of children? Like painkillers, razor blades, they put in that top cupboard and they go, keep away from that top cupboard. Keep away from that top cupboard. Then all the stuff that would instantly kill you, like drain cleaner and bleach, just under the sink. You know? You know, your kid's got like a bar stool, optics. I like my armpit straight. Why don't they give teenagers more credit? Kids don't copy what they see on the TV. Loads of kids watch Strictly Come Dancing, but you don't see them on street corners threatening people with a fucking foxtrot. That would freak you out, wouldn't it, if a bunch of hoodies walked up to you and went, hey, get your mobile, otherwise we'll cha-cha you. You know, like a woman runs up to a copper, you gotta help me, I've just been jived. What happened? Well, he sort of took me, sort of swung me around like that. It was awful. Quick, there's the police, quick step. And we're the criminals now. We're the criminals. How many times have you walked out of a shop, you know, and that alarm goes off at the exit because you've got something in your bag, and you do all that over-Oscar acting, you kind of go like, oh! Is it me? Is it saying my bag? You know, and us, we go back in the shop and explain, if you're a real shoplifter, you fuck off. When have you ever seen a real shoplifter go back in the shop and go, yeah, it's all right, it's because I stole all them DVDs. All right, see you later, mate, see you, bye. You ever had one of those alarms go off when you go in a shop? What the fuck are they worried about? What, we're going to add stuff? And some places don't even want to let you in. Have you been to the local mini-mart? They got those electric sliding doors. Fuck, they're so slow. You can't get in them. You're walking towards those electric sliding doors and they're going, okay, we're opening. That's if you're going in. If you're walking past them buggers, it's a different story. They go, you coming in? No, fuck off, I'm going down here. They're like big shopping flashers. They go like, do you want to see my bananas? Because I always think, you know that fruit section in the supermarket? Very highly charged in there. Have you seen the fruit pervs filling up the fruit? That's why I never buy loose fruit. You see these people just filling the fruit up in the fruit section going like, oh. Oh, yeah. No. I hate them fuckers, you know, because they put it back. I hate these people. Go to walk away with something, they go, nah. And then we come along, we buy it, we take it home, and then we get a mouthful of knob-smeared banana. You know, do I want this apple? Do I want this apple? Nah. Get a big melon sat on it, you know? Do I want a melon? No, it's been up my arse. Or better still, you know, you get these people, they decide they don't want something when they're in another section of the supermarket, so they just sort of slyly slip it down, you know? So you'd be walking around the supermarket and you'll come across like fish paste in the middle of the bread section going, no, I'm fish paste. This is the bread section. That bastard put me here. And Tesco's, they're everywhere now, aren't they? They're like a fucking disease. Tesco's Express, that's the good one, that's the fast one. They spent years researching fast, quick and easy meals for us to dash in, only to be served by Snail Boy. I like it when blokes go to the supermarket. They never get a trolley. They always get a basket. They always say the same thing. No, I'm not getting much. And then they just fill it with shit. They're mollified by food, all of that. Have you noticed the heavier the basket gets, the further up the arm it gets? You know, it's quite fucking heavy, that is. Then it goes to the crook of the arm. Fucking hell. Then they have a go at getting on their freaking shoulder, you know? That's why you all see lines of blokes at the checkout with the basket on the floor and they're just kicking it all the way up the queue like that. It's like grocery dribbling, the highlights from today's shopping. Dan, 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 dan. But I love that question they asked you at the airport. I love it. It gets me every time. You know, you're at the airport, they ask you those security questions. They always say the same thing. Has anyone put anything in your bag without you knowing it? How the fuck would we know? And there's only one thing you can do at the airport, and that's shop. That's why they keep us there for 2 hours, to make us shop. They do. That's what they do it for. Like, all blokes buy new sunglasses, always, to go on holiday. And I hate that sunglasses rack, because there's always some bugger the other side wants to spin it, so you end up looking in those little mirrors, fucking like that, you know. There's only one use for sunglasses when you're abroad, for blokes, to look at other women. And don't say you don't, because you... You know, you'd be down the beach, pair of sunglasses on, pretending to read a book like that. Been on that same page for 2 fucking hours. And from nowhere, you let your wife go, nice, is she? What the fuck did she see through these? They're Polaroids, they're mirrored on one side. They should get rid of that X-ray machine at the airport. She could just stand there. There's a knife in there, there's a knife. Drugs in that one, fucking drugs. Love it, because you can get all this stuff at the airport in the travel shop. You get all this stuff, it's brilliant, like a travel plug. You always buy a travel plug because you always lose last year's one. It's unbelievable. The quickest way of finding last year's one, buy a new one. As soon as you buy a new one, fuck, there's the other one. That's why they call it an adapter, because it can fucking adapt to its surroundings. And there's the money minder, that's brilliant. Now that is good. It's like a little zip pouch, right? Holds all your euros, fits just inside your Speedos. Yeah, that's great. You're down the beach in a queue of kids getting an ice cream, right? With your hand down your pants, yeah. No. But the best one is how your wife likes to turn up to go on holiday. It's fucking brilliant. They'll always turn up through the airport, flip-flops. They'll walk in the airport like that. Fuck. Is it me or are flip-flops the noisiest fucking fashion accessory on this planet? Who makes these things? Some deaf bloke. These are very loud. Colour word is saying. Fucking flips, you turn up in flip-flops, right? Flip-flops and holiday earrings. Now, holiday earrings are different from normal earrings. They're big fucking hoops, like big hoops. So you walk in the airport like cling, clang, clang, cling, clang, 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 clang. And bangles, fucking loads of them on each wrist. Every time she puts her hand down on the table, sounds like a plumber's just emptied his bag. Cling, clang, 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 clang. What's that? She's just turning up a racket. It's like people in the airport are going, fuck, Roy Wood just released a new Christmas single. She turns up a racket and then they say stuff when you're on holiday down the beach. It's so nice to come away and get some peace and quiet, isn't it? Then she fucks off down the beach like a one-man band. I came home, I was still answering the phone for 2 weeks. I still had fucking ringing in my ears. Hello? See, I have a theory, right? I have a theory. I think women, right, have no concept of their own noise. I don't, and I'll prove it. You know, when you have to catch the plane, they always make us get it at 6 in the morning, so you have to get up at 2, you know? And your wife will wake you up in the middle of the night and she'll go, wake up, we gotta catch the plane, wake up. Then she'll go across the bedroom and she'll get the hairdryer and go, you'll wake the neighbours. Have you noticed they only switch it off when they're freaking talking? Oh yeah, women think they have special powers. Oh, they believe they have. They believe they can read your mind. Have you ever been going out for the night and your wife or your girlfriend would just walk in a room, right? She'd just walk in and go, da-da, what do you think? Before you can say anything, they go, you don't like it. How the fuck do you know? I can tell that's what you're thinking. And they think we've got the same power. They think we can read their minds. My wife would just walk in a room and go, oh, what was I going to say to you? Yeah, love, I got it fucking written down. Oh, yeah, they got fucking loads of them. Loads of special powers. They have. It's like you ever been... Like, that's the thing. Your wife or your girlfriend ever turned into a clairvoyant? That's brilliant. You'll have a row with her in a room, and if you storm out of that room, they start doing a running commentary on what you're doing. I'm seeing you go out, fuck you. As soon as you've left the room, go on, leave the fucking room, slam the fucking... And then she starts to say stuff before you're even doing it. That's it, sit in the kitchen here, sit there for 2 hours and he'll come in a minute and he'll try and talk, but I won't fucking talk to him. What? How do you know? How the fuck do you know what I'm gonna do? They got loads of special powers. You ever had this one? You'll be at a party and your wife wants to leave, she'll start doing this to you across the room. What's that? What's that? They're giving you the bear knots. 11-1, Kempton, really well hung horse. See, what that is, that's the pre-arranged signal, right? That they didn't actually fucking range with you. Oh, they got their own sign language. Oh, they fucking have. If you ever had this one, you'd be out somewhere with your wife, right? Sat somewhere, she'd see something over your shoulder and she'd go, oh, fucking... As soon as you turn around, they go, don't look round, they fucking see you. Something on your face. You ever had that one? You got something on your face. You got something on your face. You always go to the wrong place. Where? No, just. It's gone now. No, you mock. Your wife's the only one who can tell you that. Other fuckers let you sit there like Rain Man with it dribbling. Oh, they got loads of these fucking... That's the main one. That's the one I like. Shut the fuck up. You ever had that one? Shut the fuck up. You'll be at a party and you'll be talking to someone and your wife knows they shouldn't know the next thing you're going to say, right? You'll say to them, oh, I saw your wife today up the high street with... And your wife will go, shut the fuck up. Now you look mental because you have to make something up. She was with the chicken.
that she was taken back to the zoo. But the orangutan said, no, you can't do that without a receipt. Yeah. And why, oh, fuck. That's the other one. How comes women never say a word when the telly's off? Soon as it's on, oh, what's that? Do you ever sit there and do that anguish listening? You're kind of watching the TV and listening, kind of, yes, 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 fucking come on, what are you fucking doing? And women are amazing, because they can do two things at the same time. They can talk to you and watch the TV. They're telling you about the bits you're fucking missing. So he loves her, but they're together. I love that. When women are telling you a story, they like to play all the parts. They're brilliant at that. They go, so I said to him, don't you fuck it. And he goes, don't you fucking say that to me. And then he comes in and goes, Mummy, I don't want to do it. It's like listening to a shit novel. They should do a picture of the author at the end, and they all said goodbye, goodbye. At least when blokes are telling you something, you get a bit of adventure, a bit of fiction, because they have to look good in the fucking story. Blokes always talk bullshit to make themselves look good. You'll always have a bloke at a party surrounded by people going, so there's 12 of them, yeah? So I thought I'd go for the big fella, like you do. How comes you're always mid-story like that at a party and from nowhere you'll hear your wife go, no, he never. Why do they do that? Why do women do that? They wait and they pick their moment. You're just about to look brilliant in your story. So I had a trial for England once. No, he fucking never. He's lying again. And they produce all the fucking evidence. A screen comes down, projector. There he is on the screen, look, talking shit, talking shit, talking shit. Do you think Moses was at a party once, you know, and he said, I've been up the mountain, the Lord gave me these commandments, and he said upon to me, and his wife went, no, he fucking never. You know how he gets. Burning bush. Women amazing, because they can tell when we're lying. Now, they must have another sense or something. I don't know what it is. They can tell. So how is it that you go into Boots and hit that makeup counter, you taking anything that woman says from fucking Laboratory Garnier? Anything she says, and will this make my hair shiny? Oh, yeah. It's fucking nail varnish, you know. So if Laboratory Garnier says so, then it must be true. We should try that one. You still watching that football? Yeah, Laboratory Garnier says it's good for me arse. They love all that stuff, women. They do. They love, like your wife will go to a salon, right? Get covered in mud, head to toe, right? Pay for this. They fucking pay for this. But if you try and come in from the garden like that, she goes fucking mad. But it's a salon, fucking 50 quid. I could pelt her with shit for fuck all. What? That would be abuse in a court of law, but you call it chatois from Ghana. Fucking pelt me with it. They love all that. That's why you like the Body Shop, because it's all natural. Oh, it must be good for me then. But you don't go down the fruit and veg shop and start rolling in the fucking King Edwards, do you? They'd lock you in the rubber room. The bloke behind the counter in that shop, he's handling it all day. He's the ugliest bugger I've ever seen. Would you like some strawberries? So I knock on the bathroom door sometimes. My wife will answer it. She left 2 pieces of cucumber over each fucking eye. They've been told by fashion magazines it gets rid of bags under your eyes. Well, of course it does. With 2 pieces of cucumber, you can't fucking see them. It's done it. It's like perfume adverts for women. I think they're patronising. I really do. And why have a perfume advert on the TV anyway? You can't smell it. You don't have adverts for music with no fucking sound. Remember this one? And they always end the perfume advert off by going, ah, pas chevauché. What the fuck's she whispering? Have you ever been getting sprayed by those women in Debenhams at the makeup counters. It's like an anthrax attack. They go, try this. Oh, fucking thanks very much, thanks. That's why she talks like that on the advert. She went like that. What's this? Oh, fucking chevauché. Something my wife is into at the moment, and it's doing my fucking head in. It really is. It's pebbles. Pebbles, right? She collects them. She collects them. I don't mean normal pebbles. I mean varnished ones in a dish, right? They're fucking everywhere around our house. Bowls of pebbles everywhere. I said to her yesterday, where'd you go on a weekend? Skimming. They just appear. You look round, there's a bowl of fucking aggregate in the lounge. I said, what are you trying to do? Form your own beach. I come out the bathroom in the morning, there's a bloke with a metal detector. There's a conspiracy going on with some women. Think about it, right? There's miles of British coastline going missing. Global warming, bollocks, it's in our lounge. Our planet's heated up 5 degrees in the last 10 years. Candles, that's what it fucking is, candles. Candles, fucking pebbles, candles, and cushions. Cushions. Not normal cushions, no. Fucking small, diddy little cushions like this. Scatter cushions, scatter cushions. They're small. Who made this? The borrowers? They're small enough to wipe your fucking ass on. Fucking everywhere they are. They're the same size as a sandbag. That's what they are. Well, we're going to have to fill up, put up against the front door because the global tides are coming because you're depleting the coastline and eating up the planet with your fucking candles. We're drowning. Yeah, but there's a nice smell of jasmine. Candles everywhere in our house. And you can't light them. No, God forbid. They're ornaments. It's a fucking candle. You wouldn't have a light switch you couldn't switch on. Never see your wife driving up the motorway at night with no lights on. Switch your lights on, love. No, they look so much nicer when they're off. Do you know what their answer to it is? It's romantic. It's romantic. Have you ever sat there with your wife or your girlfriend with a fucking candle going, with a meal? You can't see your food. You like that? Switch the light on, love. I'm not Charles fucking Dickens. You know? You ever been sat there with a candle going? Everything's flickering. The food's moving around, the fucking candle, her face is wobbling there. Fucking room's doing this. Switch the light on, love. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. They say things like, I'm just creating a mood. Well, you fucking got me in one. Women love romance. They love romance. They do. You ever had a night in with your wife or your girlfriend and you've had a nice meal and they come out with these really mad suggestions like, let's have a bath together. It'd be just like the films. But it ain't, is it? Because women like to have their bathwater so fucking hot. No, have you ever seen a woman get out of the bath? They're red up to here. It's like they're wearing a low-cut fucking scold. Even a lobster would go like, fuck that. No. Serious. And have you noticed they're always in the bath before us? Have you noticed that? So they can romantically, right, watch you enter the bathroom completely naked and romantically get in the bath whilst holding your bollocks above your head. No. No. God, this is so fucking romantic. Yeah. one's really cold, as soon as you lean back, fuck off. Oh, it's all happening down their end. Got the fucking shower fitment dripping. You're looking down the bath. She's in the fucking lounge position. It's a good sound, laughter. You know when you get going. And what can you do in a 4-foot fucking bath? It's romantic. She says stuff like, do me back. Do me back. All right, I'll do your back. As soon as she goes to turn round, it's like a couple of donkeys in a fucking watering hole here. Then you get out of the bath, you have to get into bed. That's a whole new story. Because as soon as blokes take their trousers off at night, you leave your wife from under the sheets go, oh, for fuck's sake. No, because as soon as blokes tip their trousers up upside down at night, change. The fucking 5 bells come up, change everywhere. Oh, for fuck's sake. We can't help it, we search, but it hides behind the fluff. And what is it with change when it falls out your pocket? It always does a fucking runner under the bed. It's like a nighttime jailbreak for change. It lands and it goes, go, 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 go. Set for the 10p's. Oh, they like to give you a bit of a show. They think they're fucking Torval and Dean. He lands, he goes, oh, this is my big chance. Go. Da, 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 da. Then when he stops, he does that really mad fucking spin for my big finish. That's why I feel sorry for the 50p pieces. They can't roll anywhere. You know, they kind of land and they go, I'm not going to make it. He's with the 20, the 20's going, keep going, we can do it, we can do it. No, that's it, I'm fucked. And you get in bed with your wife, now we have to find all these spots. Then we got to find spots. There's like the G spot, the fucking C spot, the penalty fucking spot, I don't even know. And it's not like you can ask for directions. Yep, you go down there, you do a right, come to a roundabout. You know, you can't. I suppose the only way I can justify this really is, God, I'm fucking knackered. Is to say, oh, well, I've been married 21 years. It was my wedding anniversary about 2 weeks ago. And when I met... I thought she'd fucking walked on. She stood at the top. Right, you, fucking home. Freaked me out, you lot. It was my wedding anniversary last week. I've only been with one woman. I met my wife when I was 16. I was at school. We moved over from here over to London. That's where I met my wife and stuff at 16. And I've never been with another woman. I've never chatted up another woman. I don't know how to, apart from a 16-year-old. If I met a girl now, I'd have to give you a fucking dead lick. I know. I'd be like, oi! I'd love for you, I'd do. You know, I forgot my wedding anniversary card. I didn't want to get a card to my wife on it. Like, what, she forgot, she observed it, fucking reminded me, you know. I hate cards. I hate get well soon. You ever had one of those get well soon? When's that? Why not get well now? You just want me to fucking suffer. Or padded cards. You ever had one of those? Who are they for? Mental patients. People who are really accident prone. Oh, I've got a card. Paper card, what's that wall? Or vouchers. You ever got vouchers? Oh, vouchers. That's like, I couldn't give a fuck. You buy it, yeah. Hate them. Apparently you can tell if a woman likes you, though. You can tell by their body language. I was reading this article the other day. No, seriously. You can tell if a woman likes you by their body language. If they've got an open posture towards you like that, right, and they give you longer than usual glances in your direction like that, and she flicks her hair a lot like that, right, and she's stroking the stem of her wine glass like that, it means she's a bit fucking mental. I mean, I don't know about... It's more subtle with blokes. You can tell if a bloke likes you. I like you. You know, it's more subtle. And we're getting old. We've been married 21 years and we're fucked. We've been working since we were 60. I'm starting to make noises now when I bend down. I bend down, fuck it. Remember your nan years ago? Your nan would always get out of her seat in 3 stages. She'd kind of go like, wait, fuck it, wait. I'll make a base camp here. I'll go in the morning. I'm getting old. I've got grey hairs on my bollocks. I'm just being honest. They're starting to look like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. You can't go down the hairdressers for that. Just a tint, please. You know? I'm starting to like beige. You know, when you're getting old, when you start liking beige, it's like you go in and see your nan. Everything's beige. She's wearing beige carpet, couches beige. She's camouflaged herself into the fucking lounge. You're looking round, you just see blue hair and teeth fucking hovering in the corner. No. We're trying to look after our youth now. People are trying to hang on to their youth. Women, for instance, are having breast implants. Why? Don't do that to yourself. You're beautiful as you are. You know, why? Have you ever thought about when you get really old, it's all going to drop? You'll go around and see Nan, it'd be like a couple of billiard balls and a pair of socks. I'm serious. You'd be all bruised up. What happened? Were you mugged? No, I ran through the bus and it all came up. People are having their tongues pierced. What happens when you get really old? You know, you go around and see Granny, she'll have her tongue pierced and she'll be talking to you through false teeth. It'd be like talking to a dolphin. Like... You know? I'm forgetting stuff now. I'm having these pointless conversations with my wife. You ever have this? Your wife will walk in and she'd go, what's John's second name? And you'd go, John who? Fucking pointless. I like it when your wife asks you for a name, you don't get it, and now you're the fucking idiot, you know? They go, what's this name's name? And you just say anything. I don't know, Desmond Tutu. No, you fucking idiot. Women love that when you forget stuff or when you lose stuff. As soon as a woman sees you looking for something around the house, they're in. What are you looking for? Car keys. Game on. They start coming out with shit suggestions. Is it in your jacket? No, fuck off. Is it in your hand? Fuck off. Women always get practical. They do brilliant stuff like, right, now this is the bowl for the keys, all right? Keys bowl, say it. Keys bowl. I don't mind, but it all starts again in 2 weeks because she's moved the fucking bowl. It's got pebbles in it. I know. And we have a daughter, Molly. She's just started senior school. She's fucking brilliant. Yeah, little Mo, she's brilliant. Because when I was a kid, I was nuts, you know? I was hyper when I was a kid. I was breastfed espresso, you know, I was a bit mad. Something men haven't got their head around. They can't handle breastfeeding. They spend their life after women's breasts, but they walk in a room where a woman's breastfeeding, they go, I'll leave you with that one, love. You know, women don't care. If the kid has to be fed, they're out. You could be in the middle of the high street, bosh. I mean, the kid has to be there, like. You know, you can't sit in the self-service at Debenhams with one out and a cup of tea. You look fucking mad. You know? Well, that's the thing. Why have men got nipples? We don't need them. Women don't have a fake knob you don't use. There's women going, I do, fucking him. The training bra. Remember the training bra? What were you training them to do? What was there, a test at the end, was there? If you didn't train them, what did you just grow up with wild boobs? Some woman running down the ice street going, help me, they're wild. We didn't have guidance pants. bollock restraints, did we? That's probably why we can't control our knobs. They haven't been trained. That's why we can't work out. When we get up in the morning, we look down, he's already up. You look down, he's got like a gym towel, orange juice. Chop, chop, full day ahead. You get out of bed, he goes back to sleep. Fuck, he's on nights. He's on nights. Men have never got their head around the bra strap. They can't handle it. They always get stuck on that little hook at the back. Really knackers a romantic moment, doesn't it? You know, that's because all the blood's gone from here down to here. As soon as he can't do it, everything down here goes, stand down, he can't do it, stand down. That's why we can't believe how you ladies can not only do it with ease, but you can do it under your clothes. Have you ever seen a woman do that? They go like that, it's out the sleeve. What the fuck's that? It's like a Houdini. If we tried doing that with our underpants, our bollocks would still be in them. She'd go like that. You know? So we got a daughter. I fucking love kids. I love them. Little boys are brilliant. I think they're nuts. They want to run everywhere. You say to a little boy, let's go out in the garden. They go, yeah, let's go in the garden. Go and have your jacket over your head. More speed. Remember when you was a kid, your dad always warned you, your dad, but that just gave you more ideas. He'd go like, get down from there, you break your fucking neck. As soon as they left the room, will I? I want to break my neck. He was always that, wasn't it, when you was a kid? Get down! Fuck it, get down! I thought my dad was James Brown when I was a kid. And then when you get to 16, it's all, get up. Fucking get up. Then when you get to 18, it's get out. Get out. Just checking. Not if you've got a daughter, though, it's get in. But I love him, Dad. Fucking get in. But I love him, Mr. Evans. Get fucked. I love kids because I think they've got enormous resilience and determination to get what they want. If they want something, fuck, they're going to get it. I want ice cream. You can't have an ice cream. I want ice cream. I want ice cream. He's going to blow. He's going to fucking blow. Your dad ever do that to you? You go like that. Stop crying or I'll give you fucking something to cry about. I'm already crying. Why would I want fucking something else? And you'd wave. As a kid, you'd wave. You'd wave hello. And you'd wave goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Remember waving goodbye to your nan? You know, she'd be on the doorstep, she'd be going, bye. You'd be going, bye, nan. And she had that extra bit of skin going under her arm. What the fuck was that? It's like she'd nicked a couple of mudguards off a truck. You know, fucking wind's blowing. Is there an helicopter coming in to land? And that's the strange thing about goodbyes. It's like, you know when you're leaving your best friend's house and you say goodbye and just as you're getting in the car, they always say the same thing, drive carefully. And you think, why did he say that? Has he cut me brake cables when I was in his fucking house? Of course I'm going to drive carefully. I didn't skid up to your house covered in blood, bash through the window, did I? So when we leave the house, we should always say the same thing. Be careful in your house. Because all table tennis balls always land on the floor the same way, like... I shouldn't have done that. That fucking hurt, that did. Look at that. If I went to the toilet now, I'd pass steam. In fact, I'd whistle. I sweat a lot.
I'm under right lights. You'd expect me to sweat, you know? But there's other situations where it's not a good look. Maybe if you run to catch the last bus home at night and you find yourself sitting opposite that woman, you know, you're sweating and breathing heavily. You don't want her to think you're a murderer. Have you ever tried not to look like a murderer? It's fucking hard, you know? I'm not a murderer. It's like when you run into B&Q just as they're closing, you're in a hot sweat and breathing heavily. Have you got a big axe and some rope? It's not a good look. It's like when you go to a party with your wife, you know, and that beautiful woman starts speaking to you, you're giving it all the big one, and suddenly you spot your wife in the corner of the room looking at you like, eeeh. And then it starts, the sweating. Even worse, you're talking to that woman and she's wearing a low-cut dress. Fucking hell, now your face opens up like a fucking car wash. Keep your eyes on the face. Keep your eyes on the face. Her breasts are going, woo! Woo! Keep your eyes on the face. She only has to look round for like a second, and in your head, everything goes into slow motion. Oh, yeah. It's funny when you sweat a lot, your shirt would change colour. You know, it was a light blue, now it's a dark blue. It's like you're wearing a pregnancy testing kit and it's fucking positive. Then you got the car journey home and you're sweating even more because you're hanging onto the steering wheel like this because you can feel your wife staring at you from the passenger seat. Because you know any moment the interrogation's going to start. How old do you reckon that woman was back there? You're like, ooh, what woman? Ooh. In your head, you're like... And you've got to make sure you guess upwards because you don't want your wife thinking she's older than that woman back there or you're fucked. How old do you reckon that woman was back there? I don't know, about 25. Your wife's like, 25? Did I say 25? I meant fucking 35, probably 45. Probably... It just keeps going up. It turns into a fucking cattle market. 25, 25, 60, 60, 65, 70, 80, 89, 95, 105, 102, 150, 105. By the time you finish, that woman back there's an old age pensioner with no fucking teeth, you know? I think she was dead. I think she was dead. Sold to the smug wife in the passenger seat. Your wife's sitting there going, I don't get women. I don't get women. I really don't. I don't understand women at all, you know? They say women fancy men in uniform. What is it women find so sexy about firemen? I mean, if your house was on fire and a fireman burst into your bedroom and went, quick, we got to get out of here now, would you go, oh... Is it hot in here or is it me? Just fanning the flames. Sex sells, that's what they say. I don't get singers like Miley Cyrus and Lady Gaga. They go on and on about, I just want to be appreciated for my music. I want to be taken seriously as a woman, yeah, yeah. Have you seen her on stage doing all that twerking shit? Everything hanging out? They're like, la, la, ooh, la, la, Lady Gaga. Ooh la la. She might as well be on stage going, boo, boo, can you see my breasts? Have a good look at my arse. Stare at my flange. She doesn't need a choreographer. She needs a fucking gynecologist. They're trying to appeal to teenagers. Teenage girls want to emulate them. Teenage boys, he'd be just satisfied with an album of twerking noises. He's in HMV taking his CD back. Hello, excuse me, mate. It's got music on it. I can't wank to this. Yeah, all he wants to listen to this, an album of fucking twerking noises. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there, by the way. I think I've just sent the text. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. They use sex to sell music and it works. I'm not sure if it'll work on everything. I mean, would you buy fruit and veg off of that bloke down the market if he was trying to sell it to you like, get your cabbages, get your cabbages. Would you like a large banana, lady? Get your cucumbers, get your cucumbers. You see, it's so important the way you look these days. It really is. I don't, I don't get these women that have Botox. What the fuck is that? Just be a woman. Fuck it. They look mental. I reckon they showed her the price as they were doing it. That's how much it cost. Fuck. fucking hell. It must be a nightmare living with somebody that has Botox. You never really know what the fuck they're thinking. You all right, love? No, not really. I've had a fucking terrible day. The doctor says I've got 2 weeks to live. I don't get women's cosmetics anyway. They test them on laboratory animals. How the fuck does that work? What, they put lip gloss, false eyelashes, and some air gel on a monkey, send it to a nightclub and see if he gets off with someone? It's so important the way you look these days, you know? Piercings, everyone's getting pierced. You know, I'm too scared. I don't mind the odd piercing. I think it looks very attractive. But if you get your nose pierced, now you've got an hole through your nostril. Every time you sneeze, you're going to start fucking whistling. You catch a cold, it turns into one man and his dog. This dog's gonna the sheep are in the pen. Sheep, they're in the fucking pen. The sheep gonna we're in the fucking pen. I don't have any tattoos either. People ask me what I'd get if I had a tattoo. Well, I think I'd get a sleeve, and then I'd get a short sleeve for in the summer when it got warmer. Well, I'm paranoid about that sort of thing. What if you're getting a tattoo done and the bloke doing it suddenly sneezes? What the fuck happens then? You know, it's like... The fuck have you done? Mum and Dad. Have you noticed the nearer the tattoos are to the face, the more mental the person? Have you noticed that? You know, because you'll have like a little tattoo, a little butterfly on your ankle, like just a little butterfly there, just there. Then you can have like a heart on your hip with an arrow through it, and then fucking snake on your chest, and then fucking call me here, and then spider's web! Hey, you wouldn't know it, but when I was younger, I was dead cool. I used to wear a pair of cut-off jeans. I used to wear the bottom bits. Do you ever do that? You open the washing machine and someone has left a tissue in their pocket. Now the whole family has to walk around for a week like they just stepped out of a fucking snow globe. And walking in the air. Now, if I go anywhere near our washing machine with a pair of trousers, my wife turns into a copper. She does a stop and search on me. Have you got anything in your pockets I should know about? Not as far as I know. What's that tissue then? You planted that. Have you ever watched your clothes in your washing machine? Because they start the cycle a little bit suspicious, don't they? You know, they don't know what the fuck's going to happen to them, you know? Then after a while, you can look in there, they're all having a bit of a laugh, they're jumping about, they've got that detergent board, they're having a bit of a game. But then there's your spin cycle, where your washing machine goes fucking nuts. Because your washing machine's like a schizophrenic. Oh yeah, there's a pause before it happens. It just sits there like that. You can see all the clothes looking at each other like, what's happening? And then suddenly your washing machine goes, bastard! See all your clothes in there, pinned up against that drum inside? That's why halfway through you've got to open that drawer and put that fabric softener in there. That's why they call it comfort. That's to calm it down. Calm down. Then at the end, you take all your clothes out. There's always that traumatised sock stuck to the top of the drum inside, isn't there? My wife's always complaining, there's a sock missing. There's a fucking sock missing. Yeah, it's inside the machine, stuck to the top of the drum like that. Pay. I've lost my brother. You know, my wife is constantly at war with clothes. I don't get women's clothes. You know, you all see those models on the catwalks modelling women's clothes going like that. women's clothes like that. You don't wear them like that. You'd look fucking mental if you walked into the pub on a Friday doing that shit. Half a lager shandy, please, Ken. I don't get women's clothes. Most of my wife's dresses zip up at the back. Whose fucking idea was that? Have you ever seen your wife come in on a Friday a little bit pissed trying to undo that zip? She'll stand in the middle of the bedroom, right? She'll have herself in a fucking half Nelson. I got this, hold on! After a while, she gets really angry. She looks like a psychiatric patient trying to get out of a fucking straitjacket. Get me out of this fucking dress! No! Constantly at war with her clothes. The other day, I was watching my wife getting dressed. No word of a lie, right? She put a bra on backwards and then fucking spun it round. She looked like she just passed her HGV. You know, she's backing up in the bedroom.
Warning, wife reversing. Warning, wife reversing.
The fuck is that? I don't put my pants on backwards and then spin round really quick. She's always adjusting her bra, my missus, putting everything in place, you know? Fracking, I call it fracking. Blokes are the same, they're always shifting it, moving it. You all right, boys?
Yeah.
You ever done that? You'd be walking down the high street on a Saturday through Birmingham, suddenly get a pube caught in your pants. Fucking hell. You don't want to attract to the attention, so you start doing all that shit, you know? I think that's how ballet was invented. You know, years ago, some bloke was walking down the street doing all that shit, you know? Somebody went, well, what is that? I call it the Nutcracker Suite. It's when we're going out, that's when my wife does mad stuff. We was going out the other day, she's got a shower cap on her head, which I don't get. Why would you want to wash your hair at a different time to the rest of your body? It's like your hair is out of sync with the rest of your body. What happens when you want to wash just your hair? Do you have a fucking bag that comes up to here? I don't fancy washing me face today. Where's me ski mask? See, I don't like it when my wife gets in her bathroom. Do you know what she's done now? She's put that hand cream in there. She says, Lee, use the hand cream after you wash your hands. Fucking never again. You can't get back out. You've got no grip. Help! I'm stuck in the bog! Can be completely paralysed just by getting ready to go out. Normally, it's just after she's painted her toenails. I'll ask her to do something. She'll stand up and she'll go, Lee, I can't move. I've just painted my toenails. And I look down and she's wearing what can only be described as a fucking sponge knuckle duster. What the fuck is it? It's like she's got each toe in stocks. You know, they're all drugged out their head on varnish. Help her! She's drugged her. See, I know these things. I know these things because I've been married for, this year, 30 years. 30 years this year. Yeah. We've been married for so long, things are changing. I don't like shopping with my wife. She's changed. She scares me. My wife is normally a law-abiding person. That is until we get in the shopping centre. We'll be standing in the food court holding a couple of trays of our dinner on after just paying for it, and she'll turn to me and she'll go, she hasn't charged us for the teas. You what, love? She hasn't charged us for the teas. Well, that's all right. I just... don't you fucking dare. Never on the run. I'm shitting myself. We're like fucking Bonnie and Clyde. I'm eating me dinner like a fugitive. Are they coming? Are we in trouble? Are we fucked? My wife's all calm and calculated. Easy, easy. I'm
shitting me pants. I can't stand this, a life on the run. I can't stand it anymore. She's got me by the cheeks. Oi, you drunk the tea, you slag. You're in. Okay. I didn't know my wife was such a criminal. Have you ever stayed in a hotel with your wife? Fucking hell, she becomes like a burglar overnight. She turns into one of those bank robbers you see in the films. We'd be leaving the room and suddenly she starts scooping all the toiletries into a fucking handbag. Go, 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 go. I'm standing there, what are you doing? We're here for another fucking 2 weeks. What is she gonna do with all these miniature bottles of shit anyway? She'd be up the pub the next day. Psst, do you wanna buy a shower cap? Do you wanna buy a feminine hygiene bag? How many you got?
1.
You know, I'm pretty much the idiot in our house. I swear, I am. You know, I watched that film the other day, 12 Years a Slave. That's based on my marriage, that is. Yeah, because I've got 2 jobs. This one, if you can call it a job, and whatever shit job she's thought up for me when I get indoors. I'm not serious. As soon as I walk through our front door, she'd be standing there with a plunger going, Bog, needs unblocking now. Doesn't matter who you are, you could be Alan Sugar, one of those tycoons off the Dragon's Den. As soon as you step through your front door, you turn into fucking Igor. Hello, darling, I'm home. Rubbish needs taken out now. Oh, immediately, oh, master. She runs the worst job centre in the world. It's all menial work she gets me to do. It's like, pray, anything good for me today, oh master? Yes, this one involves travel. Oh, zippity-doo-dah. Get me some lilets. And you can get those on the way back from the chippy. Now go! Oh, thank you. Living the dream. To be fair to my wife, it's not all menial work she gets me to do. Sometimes she'd be on her way out the door and she'd go, Illy, any idea what the roads are like? I'm like, yeah, just a minute, I'll just nip up to the fly in the sky. Well, there's a 5-mile tailback on the B402 after a frozen food lorry jackknifed at Junction 9. This is Lee Evans with the traffic and travel, brought to you by How the Fuck Should I Know? I don't fucking know. And I can't remember anything anymore, and it's losing me all the battles in our house. My wife can even tell me my own memory just by saying, I did tell you, Lee. And I just believe her, because I can't fucking remember. She'll say to me, you don't even remember what you forgot, do you? The fuck did you just say then? She's like, oh, forget it. I just did, don't you remember? I can't remember anything. I have to turn to my wife for everything these days. We'd be in the supermarket, right? And the woman behind the counter would go, do you have a loyalty card? I look straight to my wife, go, no loyalty card. No. Somebody will say to me, Lee, can you answer anything by yourself? I look straight to my wife, can I answer anything by myself? No. I can't remember it. I'm one of them blokes that stand in a record shop, humming the chorus to the bloke behind the counter because I can't fucking remember the song. Yeah, it's sort of like boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. It's a shame you can't do that with anything else. You know, you're ordering a curry. Yeah, I had a little while ago. It sort of sounded like a... You know, me and my wife, we applied for one of those gay marriages because gay people seem to be a lot happier. I thought, fucking, I'll have some of that. No, the gay community, they have a march when the Pet Shop Boys release a new album. Then they have another parade when they don't release an album. They celebrate their sexuality, marching through the streets. I am what I am. You never see married couples doing any of that, blowing whistles and waving flags, do you? They all seem to be fucked off with everything. On a gay march, they're all flouncing around, you know, go west. On a married march, it'd be just like men and women walking down the street going, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. All these people that have gay marriages, it's all great when you first meet somebody, but let's see if you can last 30 years, mate, because things start to change. Like, we've been married for so long, things are changing. She's getting more butch and I'm getting more feminine. I swear, you know, the lights will suddenly go out in our house. So I go, clink, I'll go, what the fuck's happening? My wife will go, calm down, you tart. I'll get a fucking torch. Anyway, I can't see my wife on a parade. After 2 minutes, she'd be hanging on to me going, oh, Lee, I'm not walking another fucking step. These fucking shoes. Because she does that. My wife would buy some shoes, but not normal ones you wear on your feet. Oh, no, that's too fucking easy. No, because the ones she buys, no, they're special, much more trendy, because the ones she buys, you don't wear on your feet, you take off halfway through the night and end up holding your hand. Do you know them fuckers? If we're going out for the night, right, we'll leave our house and she'll have her shoes on her feet where they're fucking meant to be. She'll go like, oh, I love these fucking shoes. I love these shoes. Fucking love these shoes, Lee. As the night progresses, you'll see her go like, oh, I love these fucking shoes. All these fucking shoes. I love these fucking shoes. No! I'm looking at her feet going, oh, trendy, blisters. Rather she just took them shoes off, because whenever she keeps them on all night, something really weird happens. Has your wife ever done that? She's had those shoes on all night. We'd get indoors, right? She'd disappear off into the bedroom to take those shoes off, and suddenly you can hear all these sounds of ecstasy coming out the bedroom. All you can hear is this. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, yeah, just there. Oh, yeah. I'm standing in there all the way. Who the fuck is in that room with my wife? And here's the freaky bit. When she reappears out of that bedroom, it's a completely different woman. What is it with women when they get in from a night out? That really glamorous person I was with seconds ago is now wearing an old baggy tracksuit. It makes her look like she shit herself. A pair of old slippers, a house coat, and no fucking makeup. She'll walk out that bedroom going, that was a fucking top night, Lily. Go on, you've got to admit it, that was a fucking top night. I'm standing there. Who the fuck are you? She went in that bedroom looking like Winona Ryder. She come out looking like fucking Shaun Ryder. That was a top night, wasn't it, Lee? Her behaviour changes as well. 5 minutes ago, we was in the car having a sophisticated conversation. Now she's on the couch, a mouthful of chocolate. Do you want the Quality Street? Here, do these trousers make me look like I've shit myself? Be honest. Here, I've just finished that book, 50 Shades of Grey. Do you fancy an early night? Nah. He thinks he's going to get on the plane first. I don't think so. You know when that EasyJet woman starts speaking into that microphone, you know, speedy boarders and passengers with children only, please. When that comes out the speakers, that's translated into, ready! Bundle! Everyone's like, back off. I love seeing the faces of those speedy boarders when they realise they paid extra to be fast-tracked onto a fucking bus. Have you ever been on one of those buses you have to get to your plane? Have you ever checked out the driver? They're fucking mental. That's why they put them behind glass, to protect the passengers. You can see them in that little cube going, You know, they got that little hole to put some meat through, you know. As soon as he's got you all on his fucking bus, he pisses off across a tarmac, overtaking jumbos, cutting up 737s. You're all in the back hanging on, you know. What's he doing? You all look like the back end of a butcher's van, do you know what I mean? You get to your plane, you know, you walk up the steps, and there to greet you at the door is, Orange Face Phyllis. Because you know everyone that works for EasyJet's fucking orange.
And the trouble with EasyJet is everything's orange. So all the staff keep merging into the background. You're getting on the plane and hovering in front of you is like a hairdo with some teeth.
Welcome to EasyJet.
Fucking hell. And have you tried the seats on these cheap airlines? Have you tried the seats? The captain comes over the tannoy and he goes, once we're in the air, you'll be able to kick back and relax. Yeah. Have you tried pressing that little button in your armrest? Have you tried pressing that? Fucking, that's it. That's all you get. That's it. Kick back and fucking relax? What's this, Hobbit fucking Airlines? Because they always say that, don't they? When you're coming into land or you're going to crash, put your seat in the upright position. What? That's going to save my fucking life, is it? Not only is this a shit amount of room, but now you're 1 inch closer to the ground, the very thing that's going to fucking kill me! In fact, you've got to crash to get more leg room. It's on the... Oh, now that is what I call luxury. What do you reckon, love? Love, where the fuck's she gone? Well, she won't be needing that then, will she? Then you get them fuckers, you know, the latecomers who turn up on the plane late, start trying to get their bag in the overhead locker. Oh... Now you're sat there with some stranger's knob coming at you. I didn't know the in-flight entertainment was dodge the dong. He's up there going, who are you? They've always got that huge bag that doesn't comply with handheld luggage regulations. He's still trying to squeeze it in there. Looks like he's trying to squeeze Anne Whitaker into a fucking bread bin. You look out the window, there's the ground crew. I love the ground crew. There's always that bloke, isn't there, with the headphones plugged into the plane. I always think that's the biggest fucking iPod I've ever seen. It's almost that bloke as well, isn't it, going around the plane with a clipboard, you know, ticking stuff off, you know, just before you take off. Going around the plane, you know, with a clipboard, going, Because that is what you don't want to see, you know? You're on the runway, you're just about to take off, you look out your little window and you can see him down on the tarmac, go like, what the fuck's that? What the fuck is that? You know, you're staring out that window going like that. Because they always say, don't they, your life jacket's under your seat. But you never really check, do you? I mean, you have a little feel around, you know, come across that bloke's shoe in the seat behind. Sorry. Because you know that's what's going to happen. You're hurtling towards the ground at 500 miles an hour. You, in a blind panic, will be trying to get a fucking shoe on your head. You know, you're putting on the laces. Mine's not inflating. Have you read the safety instructions on a plane? They actually give you the instructions of how to use the sick bag. What, we don't know how to be sick into a bag? You're just about to Ralph, you've got it on your head going... Does anyone know how the fuck this works? And you're sat in your seat, you've got a 5-hour journey, you're sitting there going, yeah, this is all right, I can sit here for 5 hours, quite comfortable, actually. And then suddenly that woman gets on the plane, sits in the seat in front of you with that kid that won't stop fucking crying. And the only thing that stops him is when he pokes his head over the seat in front of you and you go, boo. Then his mum's face appears in that little gap between the seats and she goes, oh, I think you found a friend there.
Because you know what's going to happen now? She's going to have a fantastic journey and you're going to be Barney, the purple fucking dinosaur. You're still sitting there 3 hours late with that kid poking his head up like, I fucking hate kids. 4 hours later, he's still doing it. You're looking at the door going, if that door opens, I'm fucking jumping out. After 5 hours of this, the kid pokes his head up over the seat in front of you and you go, Dare! Everyone in the seats behind you is like, fucking well done. If you weren't going to do it, I fucking was. Do you ever do that? You ever do that with a kid? Hello? And they just burst out crying. You ever read that? It's because you look fucking mental. You ever caught your reflection in a shop window doing that? Hello, you? Hello? Who the fuck is that, me? I could look like a child snatcher. As soon as the plane's off the ground, it turns into a shop. Orange-faced Phyllis gets on the speaker system, tries to make all her shit merchandise she's flogging sound really classy, you know? Welcome to EasyJet Boutique and Bistro. Why not celebrate flying with us with a half bottle of monkey sperm champagne? Or why not treat yourself to our exclusive limited edition range of cosmetics endorsed by some slag off the telly? According to her, this is the place to shop. Get the fuck out of here. You know, at 37,000 feet, there's some woman banging on the door trying to get in. Let me in. I want some of your olive oil and some of your lip balm. Pick up the in-flight magazine. That's been well thumbed, hasn't it? It's always got that map on the back, you know, with all those arrows pointing to all the countries that stewardess has been done by the captain. Over and out. Roger. Roger, 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 Roger. Have you seen the price list for the drinks on these cheap airlines? Cost more than the aftershave. I thought, fuck it, I bought a bottle of Aramis, I drank that, there's more alcohol in it and it's cheaper. I love that when you land, you know, you're all getting off the plane, they stick orange-faced Phyllis on the door going, goodbye, hope you fly with us again soon.
Of course we are. You brought us here. How the fuck are we going to get home?
I love that when you go on your holidays. You always get into that holiday spirit, don't you? You know, when you're away and it's sunny and stuff like that, you always get talked into buy that really shit sombrero by that friendly bloke down the local market, you know? Oh, senor, that sombrero, that is you. Do you think so? Don't look fucking mental. You know, your wife's right next to you going, you look just like that Julio Iglesias. Fucking do I? Don't look fucking mental. You notice when it's time to come home, the closer and closer you get to Britain, the more that hat starts to look shit. You know, you're walking through the airport. I feel a bit of an arse, actually. You know, you buy the automatic arrival doors. Dun, 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 dun. It's what? You know, I used to love going on holiday when I was a kid. I used to love that. You know, when your mum used to take you down the seaside, your mum and dad take you down the seaside, you know, and your mum would always make you go in the sea. Come on, in the sea. Come on, it's good for you. Have you noticed as soon as it started to rain? Come on, out. You're going to get wet. I used to love that when I was a kid. Remember going up the local park when you was a kid? Remember that? Your local park where you lived? And you used to slide down that metal slide in your shorts. You know, all the way down, you're like... Spend the next 2 weeks up the fucking Burns unit, you know? Used to love it up there. Remember that giant spring? Remember that big giant spring thing you used to sit on? Remember that? You ever seen a grown adult get on one of them fuckers? You ever seen that? Look at Daddy, Timmy. Look at Daddy. Look at Daddy. Oh, fuck me face. Oh, me head. Go and get Mummy, Timmy, quick. Remember the roundabout? Remember the roundabout? All the older lads would make the smaller ones get on and they'd fucking spin it, wouldn't they? You little bastards. You know, you'd be on there at Mach 5, all your skin's coming off, you know? Ah! Be breaking the speed barrier, there's kids flying off all over the estate. When you eventually got off that roundabout, take you 2 weeks to get home because you have to keep waiting for the fucking path to come round. You know, you get indoors, your mum's like, "Hey, you've been drinking!"
I've been on the roundabout.
You've been drinking roundabouts. I love kids. I love kids, you know. As soon as you have a kid, all your relatives come round, don't they? As soon as you have a kid, all the relatives come round, they all say the same thing. "Oh, he's just like his dad. He's just like his dad." And then someone will make that sly comment, "Yeah, he's been lying about for 9 months doing fuck all, living off her." You ever get someone show you the kid? It's just been born, it's really fucking hairy. You ever see? You know, someone shows you the kid, he's got like a beard and a hairy chest. The fuck's that? It's a fucking wolf boy. Hello? I was an ugly kid. I was ugly when I was a kid. God, I was really dumb. I know, I can see your face. Not a lot has changed. I was really dumb when I was a kid. Like now, for instance, now I use an accountant, right? I have to, because I can't count. In maths at school, fuck, you should have seen me in maths at school. You know when you used to sit and do your times table? You used to sit in the dumb row in maths and do the times table. You know you used to do that? You used to sit there and go like, 1, 2, 2, 2 to the 4, 3 to the 6. I never learnt any maths. I just learnt that rhythm. You know, you used to just sit there and go like that. So I go and see my accountant and he's like that. He's like, "So what's your outgoings for this year, Mr. Evans?" I go, "That's easy, that's And we believe he knows what he's talking about, you know? He's got an office, he's wearing a suit, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, but you never see him working out in front of you, do you? I bet when you leave his office, he's like, "Goodbye, Mr. Evans, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. Goodbye, goodbye." And somebody else who can't quite add up. I went to a shoe repairer's the other day, but they can cut you a key in the same shop. Who come up with putting them two things together, keys and shoes? I think it's the bloke who works in there. Have you seen him? He's had his tiny fucking mind sniffing that glue all day. You know, you walk in that shop, he's always behind the counter going, "Yeah, keys and shoes, you know what I mean?" He's always got that black patch around his nose where he leant too far on his lathe, you know? Keys and shoes. Who come up with putting them two things together? Was the first key cutting shop a really fucking long walk away? Some bloke walked for days. I walked for days to get this key cut. Couldn't do me shoes, could you? You can call up an emergency locksmith 24 hours a day. They come round your house, change all your locks. We had to do this a little while ago. This locksmith come round our house, he knocks on the door. My wife went, "Well, answer the door." Then I went, "No, let's see how fucking good he is." Well, you've got to be careful who you let in your house these days, you know. Oh, yeah, you hear all these stories. Like my wife, right, she's a highly intelligent woman. We needed a plumber a little while ago. She gets one randomly off the internet. Just right, I said, "Well, who is he?" He said, "He's a plumber." Yeah, but if he was a murderer, he wouldn't have that on his fucking website, would he? A big picture of him holding a knife going, "No job too small." Well, you know, you see all these programs like Road Traders. You know, you let a plumber in your house, you know he's going to be having to got your pipes when you're not looking. Anything to get more money out of us. You stand in your kitchen and go, "Yeah, I can see your problem." What it is you're highly gullible, you see. For example, when I stick my screwdriver in that pipe, look, when I take it out, there's water pissing out there now. I mean, that's not right. And your boiler, don't get me started on your boiler. Look at this, look. Look at that. Someone's been having a go at that with a fucking hammer. Well, you watch Crime Watch, it shits you up. On Crime Watch, they always say the same thing. They always say the same thing. Beware of professional con men. What? There's amateur ones out there then, is there? You know, some bloke knocks on your door.
"Hello, love, I'm from the telephone company. Come to read your meter."
So when I was a kid, we were worried about security where we lived, but we couldn't afford a bigger dog, so my mum just back home the Jack Russell. I mean, you watch the news, it shits you up. Did you see all the riots and that in London?
Have you noticed every time there's a march that goes through any city, the bloke at the front with the megaphone, have you noticed? He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing there. He has to ask everybody else, what do we want? Everyone has to tell him, no more cuts. When do we want it? Now. You try watching the news. You can't watch the news anymore. It's impossible. They've got the football scores gone across the screen one way, the Dow Jones index gone across the screen the other. You paid £1 million for a giant flat screen TV and they squeeze the newsreader in a 4-inch gap. Going like,
Here's the news.
It's impossible. They try anything to stop us watching the news. They say the next piece contains flash photography. What they're saying is they don't want any epileptics to see what's coming up next. Fucking leave them alone. What if you suffer from that and you're a photographer? It must be a nightmare, you know?
Have you taken it yet? Fucking hell, you all right, mate?
They try anything to stop us watching the news. They say the next piece contains graphic scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. I don't know about you, but the first thing I reach for is a remote. Shut up, there's something fucking good on for once. And the satellite link, good luck with watching the satellite link on the news. You can't watch it, it's impossible. They keep losing reception. They go, and now over to John in the middle of Libya. There's some bloke in the middle of Libya going,
I am in the middle of Libya.
You're sat there going, fuck, I didn't know the King's speech was on tonight. They have no news for deaf people, because that's on at 3 o'clock in the morning. What they're saying is all deaf people are insomniacs. And they don't get to find out what's going on until that bloke pops up in the corner and starts to tell them. Do you know what he's saying? Go to bed. It's 3 in the fucking morning. You must be knackered. I saw this the other day. I can't believe this is on our TV. Unbelievable. It's like Channel 1 Million. Have you seen this? The Babe Station. What the fuck? There's a woman on a bed with her arse in the air doing that. What the fuck's that? She looks like a stranded walrus on a bed in a pair of pants. And she's on the phone. Who the fuck's she on the phone to? The RSPCA. Help me. I've got something jammed in my arse. Sometimes you'd be sat there and there's 2 women on that bed with their asses in the air. I mean, you can't concentrate. I keep thinking our bathroom needs regrouting. Why is it whenever you see a picture of a glamour model, they always stick their asses out like that? Why? You know, because all blokes go, cool. If you actually met a bird like that, he'd freak you out.
Hello, darling. Fucking hell's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm a glamour model.
You're like going out of Eddie the Eagle, but he never fucking lands. Embarrassing bodies, have you seen that? Why do they put that on at tea time? Why the fuck do they put that on at tea time? You'd be tucking into your sausage, egg and beans, and there'd be some bloke on there with piles hanging out of his arse. It's called embarrassing bodies. So you think the people on there are embarrassed to talk about what they got. Oh, they fuck. They're dying to tell us what they got, ain't they? So tell us your embarrassing problem.
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, really. So that's why I'd rather you point that huge big camera at my hairy man bag. So the millions of viewers across the country can have a right good gander at my fun pouch in high def.
That's like going up to the doctor's and he takes you out into the waiting room, he goes, pulls your pants down and goes, can everyone see this man's all cock and brown? Gawk, have you seen him? Cock, more like. We gave her a brand new look and she looks fantastic. He humiliates women all the way through that show, sticks them in front of mirrors, tears their clothes off, goes, you look disgusting, girlfriend. Disgusting. Then he gives them a new dress, a makeup job, and he goes, you look fantastic. How'd you feel? All right, now you're not fucking shouting at me. The Time Team. You've seen The Time Team? Is it me, or do they all look like they cut their own fucking hair on that programme? They dig up a skeleton, they all stand around the hole going like that. What do you reckon killed him then?
I don't know, you've just taken 2 tons of dirt off of him. Does the word suffocation mean anything to you? Went on that cash in the attic. I took all my beams and insulation, got 50 quid. It's not fucking bad, you know. You pick up a newspaper, everyone's talking about germs. I went to a Subway, the sandwich shop, the other day to get a sandwich. Have you been in there? They've got all the staff now wearing white hygienic gloves. I've only come in for a ham and cheese bap. Now it looks like I'm in for fucking major surgery. It's so they don't contaminate your food. Yeah, that's great. But have you noticed old Dr. Feelgood be on the counter there, the bloke serving you, he keeps the gloves on for everything. Oh, yeah, he's taking your money, he's using the till, cleaning out the bins, going to the bog. He actually hands you your change, still wearing the gloves. So that's 2030, streptococcus, hepatitis C. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Now we all got to wash our hands. There's signs everywhere. Wash your hands, wash your hands. That's why I don't like using public toilets, because you know some fuckers, they don't wash their hands. So us lot, take all the time in the trouble to wash our hands in a public toilet. When you go back to the door again to undo the door, as soon as you grab hold of the handle, you might as well have hold of somebody else's knob. You got the full George Michael right there. Dun-dun, the jitterbug. Have you had the flu jab yet? I got mine in Superdrug. You can get it in Superdrug. I'm not joking, because I won't go to the doctors, not for me flu jab, because he puts you in that waiting room where every fucker's got the flu. And I'll always be sat next to that bloke who turns away to sneeze, but fucking towards me, you know? Ah, cheers, mate. Now I got the flu. Thank you. Why do these people have to sneeze so loud? Have you heard them? You can hear them in the high street from miles away, you know? Ah, is that your nostril? It's a bodily function. Do you think he does that of other bodily functions, you know? Passes wind. Yay! On the other side of me in that doctor's waiting room, I've got the other type of sneezer, the nearly sneezer. You know those people that go to sneeze, you dive for cover and they don't. They just sit there for hours transforming themselves into a werewolf with fucking sinus problems. They just sit there going like, On the other side of the room, there's the rat impersonator. You know those people that sneeze, but they hold it all back, you know? You're on the phone to Rent-A-Kill. Got one, big one, fucking massive. In the end, I got me injections in Asda's. Who thought Asda's would be giving us their flu jab? Do you think in the future they'd be taking on more medical procedures that you would normally get on the NHS? One day you'd be in the queue in Asda's, right? Some bloke would be having a heart attack and the cashier would go like, clear! No, we've lost him. Do you have a loyalty card? You've got to look after yourself. You know, I go for all my checkups. I don't like going up the dentist. I hate it in there because now they make you wear those huge, big plastic glasses. Fucking why? When I go up the opticians, they don't make you wear a pair of giant joke shop goofy teeth, do they? I've upset our local optician. I've upset him. You know when he asks you to read the war chart and when you go for your eye check, I just, as a laugh, I thought I'd read it all as one word. You know, just to lighten the proceedings. So I sat there and went, fuck away. You should have seen the optician. Fucking nothing. Some Polish bloke in the corner going... I don't get it in the opticians. He turns all the lights out and asks you to read the war chart. What am I? Fucking bat! And why do they have to come in so close to examine your eyes? I mean, he's right here. He's right here. Fucking hell, if you can't see from there, mate, we're both fucked. You know when he's in real close like that? You know when he's in real close and he goes, what can you see now? Just sit there and go like, I see dead people. Shits himself. You've got to look after yourself. I'm getting older. It's starting to kick in. I can feel it, you know? I feel sorry for old people. That Michael Parkinson keeps scaring old people with that advert. Are you thinking of dying soon? Keeps offering you a free pen or a travel clock if you sign up to his plan. Fucking hell, just a minute. I'm just about to drop dead. Wouldn't it be best to send me a fucking stopwatch? You always know when somebody's getting too old, because you see them at Christmas time, trapped in a beanbag and they can't get out the fucker. You ever seen your nan trapped in a beanbag at Christmas? She looks like an overturned turtle in distress. So you ever gone round your nan and granddad's house? You ever done that trip? That's hilarious, that one. You arrive at your nan and granddad's house, you press the doorbell, ding dong, you can see him coming up the hallway through the frosted glass, you know? There's your granddad in front, you know, wait a minute, fucking wait a minute. There's your nan right behind him, wait a minute. They look like they're driving a really slow motorbike, you know? Your nan's trying to listen for a 1 mile an hour slipstream. Who is it? It's Lee. Leo! Lee, your grandson. Lee! Is that you? They do all that cautious shit, but they still go and open the door to see who it is. Oh, it's you. We never see you. That's because you never opened the fucking door. They let me in. We're all going up the hallway towards the lounge. Right, there's me granddad in front, you know. There's me nan, there's me. Do you know what it looks like? The evolutionary chart. I'm sitting in the living room. My nan walks in with a cup of tea. Yoli, cup of tea, Yoli, cup of tea, yeah. Cheers, nan. There's fuck all in there now, mate. That's lovely. One Christmas, right, she bought me an Etch-a-Sketch for Christmas. I spent fucking ages doing her a picture. I handed it to her. She went, there's nothing on it. Every year that went by, my granddad's trousers would get higher and higher and higher. He used to sit in the chair and go, I ain't got long left, you know. I haven't got long left. I know, only a couple of inches. You're going to fucking suffocate. You've got to look after yourself. I hate going up the doctors for me checkup. I hate it. He keeps wanting to look up my arse. He's obsessed with looking up there. I think he lost his Rolex and remembered the last time he had it. I don't know. I was looking at that monkey boy's arse. He says I've got to go up the hospital for a colonoscopy. I told him where to stick that. He said, that's exactly where it goes. Gives me this special stuff I've got to drink. It's in a sachet. I've got to mix it up myself, clean the insides out before the appointment. Fucking hell, they don't warn you what happens after you drink it. At least Al-Qaeda, before they attacked that Bin Laden, used to send us a video. I was drinking this stuff and the spoon I used to mix it up with started to bend in my hand. I put the glass down. I thought I'd give that a couple of hours to work its magic. 1 second later, there's noises coming out of my backside very similar to a voo-voo fucking Zayla. I'll tell you what it was like. It was like somebody shot Miles Davis during a trumpet solo. It warns you on the packet to stay near a toilet. Why even put that? What it should have said was wear a really good pair of running shoes and some blocks, because I'll tell you something, there ain't nothing gonna fucking stop you now. So, out the way! You're running through your house, you know the kids are coming towards you. Dad! Fuck off! You don't realise! You're running up the stairs, there's the dog. You know, you get to the toilet door. The fuck's in there? Your wife's the other side of the door going, fuck you, I was here first. You don't understand. She's gonna blow. Get the fuck. Hey, what the fuck? Why is it when you're really dying to go to the bog, you know, your bog turns into that game show with Philip Schofield, The Cube. Your arse is about to explode. Do you accept the challenge? Too fucking right, Philip. Lock the door, lid up, pants down. No bog roll. Fuck it, I can do this, Philip. As soon as your arse touches the rim of that toilet, it opens up like the Bombay doors of a B-52. Ah! It's burning. You are now reenacting the opening scene to Saving Private Ryan. My arse has got me pinned down over my arse has got me pinned down. In that film, you know, Tom Hanks is always trying to get off that beach. You're doing the same, but every time you get off the toilet, you're like, I can walk. No! There's my kidneys. I've never eaten this much in my entire life. Is this fucking somebody else, is this? Anyway. I goes up the hospital, that's when the humiliation really starts. I'm sitting in this room, right, in the hospital, the nurse walks in and she goes, hey, is there anybody we can call in case there's an emergency? I went, yeah, fucking ambulance.
She makes me wear one of those hospital gowns that gapes open at the back. Now I look like a fucking human wigwam. These Indians had names like Sitting Bull and Fighting Bear. What's mine? Show us your fucking ass. Anyway, I go through to this room, and there's the doctor with his team. And there's a bloke holding the camera on the end of a tube that's on a roll. It's on a fucking roll! He said, did you know the human colon is 35 feet long? I said, yeah, but you don't have to see it all. I mean, our lounge is only 9 by 10. I ain't fucking seen all that yet. Anyway, he lays me on this bed and he goes, now, just relax, relax. Well, you stick that up my arse. Oh, yeah, this is what I always do to fucking unwind. He's got this thing in my arse, right? And he's looking at all the monitor screens. Do you know what he looks like? He looks like he's filling up at a BP station.
La la la.
Anyway, I went back to the doctors for the results. Really good results. No Rolex. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Good night, and God bless.